Tripping on you. I'm tripping on you. I'm tripping on you. Tripping on you. I'm tripping on you. I'm tripping on you.
Hello everyone, my name is Notepad Add-on and I write games for fun, so what are we doing today? Well, today we are going to be working on the end of caps, actually. Hopefully, if things go according to plan, the caps will actually be done today, which last time on Gloria's SPRUG Workshop Z, we actually wrapped up the entirety of equipment, which is still jank as fuck. Added some pictures just to make things a little bit nice and pretty. I also went through and decided to attempt to add a little bit more color to the cast, because I realized that a lot of the images of these things do tend out to be white dudes doing white dude things, which normally I'm okay with, but this seemed have a... Well, to be honest, someone actually flagged me on one of my other videos about being ableist, so I didn't want to now get labeled as racist as well, so I just put in some white women instead. You know, the most powerful person, the most powerful people in the universe being white women, as well as Super Seek, which I love. It's a really fun comic. Also tried to add some more Rainbow Six stuff. Fun fact, it is a... I wouldn't say it's impossible. To find decent Rainbow Six fan art, but yeah, that was the goal, to kind of get the operator aesthetic. I wouldn't say that it's impossible to find good Rainbow Six art. I will say that it was a pain in the goddamn ass to find it, because there's a lot of furry art. Fun fact, kids, there's a lot of furry art when it comes to Rainbow Six Siege, like an absurd amount of furry art. Why, you ask? Who knows? It's a mystery to us all. But we're not going to worry about everyone's personas today. Oh, Jesus, Alibi, where'd you go? Alibi, out. Let's see. Put you right. You know it's going to be a good start when everything starts breaking down. Calm down, document. I believe in you so much. But the main thing here, Burb, was actually things go according to plan. And I even kind of address it right here a little bit. I put a side note. Where are you? Right here. This system in general is kind of like a precursor to one called Aces. And Aces is going to be like the hardcore operator side of this system. And I mean, like, we're going full on, not Rainbow Six Siege, we're going full Rainbow Six Raven Shield tier. Very specific, very operator. Gonna actually have to reference a lot of SWAT stuff, ironically, just to get the beats down. But I wanted to see if it actually worked. Thus, you kind of get a mixed bag here of super spies and an operator as fuck, but that's kind of on purpose. So hopefully Aces works out, which these will also be cross-compatible, so you can kind of use both for the same thing. I might actually even just put it in caps when I get to it, but that's when I get to it. And I don't plan on getting to that anytime soon. So what are we going to be working on today? Today we're going to be working on advancement, agents, and what I should say is the GM guide, which I'm going to call it like agency mode or something. And finally, we're going to be working a little bit on the Metal Gear side of things. Why? Because I said to everyone Caps was going to be the Metal Gear game, and god damn it if I'm not going to commit to it, and I want to finish this game up today. Because I thought it was... People keep saying, oh, did you realize that Wednesday didn't happen? I thought I still had Wednesday to do these things. I do not. Fun fact, kids. Let's check if everything is actually not breaking down horribly. There we go. Channing. Changing. To reflect. Actually, 004. Yeah, 0014 is twice as cool as 007. Advancement. Wowzers. We actually have 3 viewers, which is kind of impressive, to be honest. Hello, everyone. I don't know why you're here. All I know is that I got beer today, and I feel great. Been a while since I've had some good beer. I'm drinking this good old-fashioned lager. After I'm done with this, actually, I get to move on to some special winter beer, everyone. Hey, I'll have you know, I'm not a good cause anymore. I'm evil. Let's see, yesterday I got into an argument with a bunch of communists. Like, legitimate communists. Like, the girl that was in the park, she was, like, advocating for, like, armed, violent revolution against the government, and I told them all, like, communism doesn't work. So that's one tick against me as being a good cause, apparently. My second tick against me for getting a good cause, I got yelled at in one of my games for using ableist language. So, sorry, Burb, you're actually supporting an evil cause, according to... It does. That's actually one of the things I wanted to get to in advance. And when I get to here, I can explain it a little bit more GM guide. But I need to get this part done. Which... This line, funnily enough, 0014 is twice as cool as 007. That is not from a spy movie at all. It's from like an industrial espionage movie. I can't remember the name of it. It had like a really goofy ass looking Matt Damon as one of the main guys. And I thought it was hilarious. What is that movie called? The Informant, that's it. Which, I love this movie. Just because of how goofy it is. But, let's see. I need to watch that movie again. It came out in 2009. Good God. Let's see. When the agent completes. When the agent completes an operation. And skill. Advance your skills and abilities to the next level. Now we get to do the really unfun Control Shift 8, actually. When in... At the end of an operation, all surviving agents may do one of follow up. Do one of the following. Control Shift A. We want to actually, we'll zoom this up to 150. Attribute by 1 dice level up to D20. Increase 2 skills by 1 die. Die level by 1 die level up to D12. This should be up to D12 as well. Increase 2 skills by 1 die level up to D12. Choose a perk from any choose a perk from any specialty. When an agent survives, they may also adopt a new perk from their specialty. From the agent survives, they may also adopt a new from their specialty. If an agent perished during the operation, see nothing. If the operator, actually, what I should say. Actually, no. I was thinking about doing like on a successful operation or like if you have to abort. The idea for situational evacuations, the idea behind it is that if things go perfect, the idea is kind of like how you leave in Hitman. You go to a location, you hop in a vehicle, and you have to fucking leave. That's kind of the goal. It's like if on an ideal situation, you just leave. However, in an unideal situation, it's you gotta try to get out of Dodge before you get shot to death, which is very easy. Again, to give you the idea of how much there is. So let's see, we start on page 14. Okay, 6 pages are entirely dedicated exclusively to stealth. All about trying to get the hell out of Dodge. But yeah, no, it's once the objective is completed or rendered impossible to complete, the agents will need to exfiltrate, leaving the area, getting to safety for extraction. Yeah, it's pretty much get out of Dodge. What I may do, yeah, if the agent perished in an operation, then they receive nothing. During botched operations, we require rapid exfiltration. And then the agents are permitted to do one of the following. Increase a skill by 1 die level. Choose a perk rather than any specialty. If I can actually spell, which I usually botched operations do not grant the agent specialty, because obviously they aren't very good at it. There we go. Yep, nice and easy. Yeah, no, that's the kind of the goal is one of the more complicated bits and pieces of this game is the fact that how you depend on how you play it, which kind of mode you kind of go into, really affects 99% of things. But yeah, no, if you just got a if the operation's botched, you just have to do a rapid exfiltration. This is how you just get either one skill or a perk, but you don't get a free perk. So on a good mission, you get to increase a lot of things and get a new perk. If you fuck up, well, you get one. You get one thing. You get something, because I'm always a fan of getting something, even if it's not a lot. Let's see. All right. Agency and you. Heading 1, Agency and you, the Operation Director's Guide. As the operation, the goal is to create let's see, for players to enjoy and agents to suffer through it. However, not every game is built the same. Built the same or situation similar. Below are 3 distinct methods of running caps. Running caps for any group. Or aspiring operations director. Double check some things because people are making dumbs. Forgot this shit dries you out. All right, so we want to do squad cats. A group of players and friends. With one player taking the role of the operations director. It's up to the elite squad of morons to infiltrate terrorist hideouts and thwart national agencies of evil trying to spread evil and terror wherever they go. Each member of the squad is played by a member of the group, and they go on operations to exhaust locales and deal with situations. Normally, Caps works best for an quote episodic method of play rather than a long form campaign. Different locales in different areas to explore and overcome rather than dealing with a single area you know easily. Not saying the characters can't stay in a single city, but that they'll most likely explore dozens of locations around that city in general. Now I get to do the most complicated goddamn part of this. Godspeed, good luck. Probably on the next page, because that's what works best. All right. Solo agents. This is exactly as it sounds. Hey, Caps game. Only a single player taking the role of an agent. This obviously brings some differences. Nature of play, but most notably, it means that the agent themselves must be a tad stronger than the average agent in a squad. To reflect this, the solo agent gains a perk from every specialty and may gains a perk for every specialty at character creation, giving them more options to play with as they go around on their missions. One may be asking, this doesn't sound like a lot. Is there more? The answer is no. However, being a solo agent has its upsides. Outside being an individual with less actions being taken, means that the escalation does not rise as quickly, and instead of having to try to find disguise, this is for 3 to 5 people, one just has to find one for themselves. Arguably, the solo agent's experience is probably the most reminiscent of traditional stealth, traditional espionage media, as it often falls on the shoulders and horrible plots. Ploots. Oh, didn't mean to go all the way up there. I want to go all the way down. I didn't misspell a single word in there. That's actually incredibly surprising. Alright, now we get to go to the really weird. So here's agency mode. Of the various offer. Agency has two or more. Take the role of an individual. Agency trying to subvert or hinder subvert or support one another for their desired end goals. Each player will have a set of agents, often 5, which they can create themselves, bringing as many or as few of them on operations that they wish. The operations director role, however, falls onto every player, as each will run the operation for their opposition. For example, the year is 1983, and the government of Orimbe toppled to popular revolution. The year 1983, and the government toppled the popular revolution. Soviets, agents from the KGB, CIA, and the CIA moved to attempt to sway the fledgling state to their side. However, agents from the organization what's a good sinister organization name? Let's see. Sinister organization names. I will call them UIE. Stay attempting. Attempting to install their own puppet leader into power. All while the disorganized, but loyal intelligence agency remain. Loyal OIO already made. Intelligence organization has deployed their own to attempt to stop foreign influence and hinder the efforts to destroy their new country. Each of the organizations are being played by players, and every week a new player takes the role of operations director as the agents to thwart and hinder their efforts. This can be used in a solo agent method, or in a squad, or a squad camp, or in a squad, players taking the role of the other agents. But ultimately, it is a method of rotating and telling a compelling story of intrigue, devastation, and espionage. In an ideal situation, a third party or other player would double check the current OD operation director's operation to make sure it's not a meat grinder. And ultimately, group is working together just as much as they are opposing one another. The winner, actually, in the world of espionage, there is no winners. Only survivors. Now, this is agency mode. This is the one cool thing I had an idea for Caps. All right, beer two. Let's see. Ooh. Ooh, that's sweet. Real sweet. What's in here? Seasonal fruit flavors. What do we got? So what is Surgeon General? I'm fucking alcoholic. Huh. Good. Sweet, but good. I usually don't like sweet beers. Usually not my Jammerino. Let's see. And with that, Caps is done. Maybe saying, wow, Notepad, that's not a lot. Like, yeah, that's there wasn't actually that much to do left. Now I just get to do the Metal Gear stuff. Codec call. Colonel. There's a... That seems sort of untouchable thing to many. A bizarre and wacky franchise that owes a lot to espionage tropes and ideals, all while being its own completely insane thing. Welcome to Metal Gear Solid. Game that's fundamentally impossible to explain. Actually, what should I say? Impossible to explain, as it does contain nanomachines, biovirus superpowers, and one man's determination to eat anything on the ground using caps to run on a MGS game is perfectly within reason. The ideal situation would be using the solo agent method to run a game. However, if the operations Drew wishes to run a game of the quirky mini boss squad's early adventures, then they are fully within their rights to do such. However, how does one integrate the sheer insanity of some of Metal Gear Solid's bits and pieces into caps? Let's see. If we can find it again. Metal. I need to go to Drive. Project folder. Guys, let's do Metal Gear. What pops up? Come on. Metal Gear Solid.docs. Yep. This is an oldie. here we go. Cybernetics, nanomachines, biotech. All right. Weapon to surpass all logic. Individual agents in the MGS verse are usually augmented to some degree, whether willingly or not. As an agent, gotta remember. Now, this is more Peace Walker stuff. Mother base. Diamond Dogs. Just combat cipher around our nose in bloody battle. Military Sons. Military Sons Fantatis. Alright, there. MSF. As an agent of as an agent of one of many clandestine organizations and some renegade mercenary outfits. That's the best of the best. Will be given the tools and abilities meant to take a regular soldier from a man to a Superman. Every augment is treated as a gadget with unlimited uses, meaning that as long as the agent is alive, they can use their augments. However, some are more obvious than others. So more stealth-oriented missions will require the use of more stealth-oriented operatives. There are four main types of augmentations. Cybernetics, cutting edge. That replaces the body with various technological and cybernetically capable tools to enhance, create a soldier, give purpose to the broken. Example. Actually, what I should say is we'll give 3 examples each. If you were 2, that means I can make you a 3. I'll give purpose to the broken. And we'll do cyber legs. Rank 2, and that with rank 2, that means your DA and a D6. Gratis. Thanks also do an additional +2 damage. And I'll leave you with something else incredibly cyber. Integrated radio functioning. Radio. Let's see. Integrated radio interruption interface. D8, D10. Half of the agent's skull has been replaced by a static system that can be turned on and off to block and interfere with localized radio signals. This includes things such as GPS. Actually, no. It also allows the hearing and eavesdropping on local radio signals. Someone pinged me. Why do people keep pinging me? We need to do nanomachine, son. Nanomachines. Integrated into the body. Logical interfacing. Nanomachines are microscopic, self-replicating nanites. Augments the agent's physical abilities, or physical or mental abilities by offloading information, by offloading work to the nanomachines side of them. Let's see, and dermal armor. Wearing 3d8. Agent skin immediately hardens to a thick steel. Immediately hardens when subjected to blunt trauma. Allowing rapid armor increases to any area of body currently subjected to harm. Increases armor by +3 across the body. Actually, what I should say is by 5. Rank 6 across the body for every subsequent attack after the first. Meaning that if you do not kill him in the first attack, he's going to get insane armor. Actually, I should say. Reduces all damage taken by 6 after the first. Automatic ADSA, automatic defibrillator simulator, automatic defibrillator shocks, ADSS. Defibrillator shock system, rank 5, D12. The engine's nano machines lie dormant until the agent's heart stops beating, from which they activate to immediately revive the agent. To continue operating at full health, operating with 0 blunt trauma and 0 lethal trauma. Body must remain intact. Any lost limbs are lost if they are separated from the body. From the main torso. Now we start getting into the really wacky shit. So, biotech. Which room do we have left? We don't have much. It's on biotech. Genetic engineering pushed to the absolute limit. Current human understanding allows the manipulation of the body to perform intense feats, strength, agility, sensing the senses, and even tap into or primal instincts. Shame about the mutations. Let's see, 100%. We'll call that a rank. Rank 3, that means it's D8. One of the agent's eyes. With a specialized vat grown organ that lets you view the world in a variety of senses, including infrared, and electromagnetic pulsing. It allows them to view the world in a variety of different senses, including night vision, and infrared. Their eye is a bright, glowing thing. Their eye is bright blue with a white iris, but a small price to pay. Elements. The agents up to a nearly adhesive quality surfaces and climb unimpeded. Unimpeded even on sheer surfaces. Now amaze feats of acrobatics, but they're lanky and in wiry frame. And finally, parasite. Often confused with a biotech experiment. The parasite is a natural occurring phenomenon that latches onto a host, most of which don't survive. That allows them to tap into their natural psychokinetic energies surrounding them. Pyrokinesis, 2, and we're going to be working with D6. Has a limited ability when it comes to the manipulation and control of flames, allowing the agent to psychically control various psychically control open flame and even produce a small flame from their fingers when creating friction. Delicate. Psychic. Rank 5, D12. The agent has developed psychic abilities to manipulate those of lesser minds, hardened resolve, by hacking into their minds in a localized space. While they are manipulating, this does result in a near puppet-like control of the body. When controlling an individual, the agent is exposed and cannot protect themselves. There we go. And and with that, I believe we're pretty much done. Yep. All right, so that's it. We did it. Caps is officially done. So, my usual thing when I end a project. Okay, let's take a look at. Don't need you anymore. Let's do. We want to do tool word count. So, 9,475 exact words. Go team. So, let's think. What went right? What went wrong? And what do I wish to do for the future? Well, overall, I think the stealth system worked a lot better than I would originally intended it to. You don't realize how many parts go into something like that until you start writing it. And because, like, I didn't even think about, what about uncommon disguises? What about unconventional ones? What about, certain guard types? Because I was watching a lot of Hitman 2 gameplay, and I realized some players snuck into places in the completely wrong outfit, or they hid among things that were completely normal. I thought that was actually really interesting, and just the way everything was approached. I think another thing that went fairly well, I think the actual combat system, I think tick combat works as intended. I need to see it on the table for it to really need to kind of view it to see if it works or not, but like on a purely theoretical level, it works, and on paper it functions, and that's all you can really ask for at the end of the day. So, but let's see. I think one part I don't like very much about this game is one, how gadgets are done. I ended up in a situation where it was kind of a catch-22 almost, where it's just like, okay, I can't spend a lot of time making really granular gadgets, but what happened if someone wants to bring a sledgehammer? How do you manage that? What happened if someone wants to bring something really simple? And that was kind of the issue, because I kept referencing Rainbow Six Siege for it. Because honestly, when you say gadget, that's like probably one of the best examples I can think of for kind of the wide variety of gadgets, not just, oh, it's a pen exploding pen or something. And it really allows people to get the idea behind, like, oh, hey, this is it. But I think the problem with gadgets is that I didn't really go too hardcore into them, and it's kind of a wishy-washy section of, yeah, just do your own thing. Yeah, you can do it. Which some people like. I do know some people really do like that, just so they can kind of do what they want, model the game how they want to model it. On the other hand, you do lose some of that that meat that you would get in something a little bit more hardcore, like Ops and Tactics, for example, which is because there's so many different bits and pieces into that game. You exactly know what a taser does. You exactly know what a garrote wire does. You know what all these things do because it's written down there. Not writing it down, while it gives more freedom, it also limits ideas, if that makes sense. I think the other thing doesn't quite work with the weapons, but even in the beginning here, I even said, like, the weapon systems here needs to be, it's deliberately kind of shit for Ace, when I get to Ace. Which I think this system did prove Ace can work. Ace can work, and I'm excited when I get to it. Because Ace is a method for me to really exploit and really play around with some ideas that I've been having for a while, mostly with operators. If this was James Bond, the next one's going to be more Rainbow Six. I kind of use Rainbow Six stuff in here because that's the best way I can kind of think of. But I want to go a little bit more hardcore into it. I want to make squad combat pretty impactful. I don't quite know how deep or how not deep I want to go into it. But overall, I effectively want a Rainbow Six Siege map to play out in Ace. That fast, frenetic, dangerous combat that makes you kind of want to think and go slow, but you can't really go slow. So hopefully that works out. Besides that, God, what else can I think of? I think ultimately speaking, Caps was an experiment in, can you make a stealth game? And the answer is yes, you can. However, I will put the however, the big but. Do I recommend it? Absolutely not. And the reason I say that is because you don't realize how many things. Well, you can kind of argue with this about any video, converting any video games to tabletop. You don't realize how many things are done for you in stealth games or in those situations, because even when you get to like really simple stealth games like Thief is a pretty simplistic game. I love Thief, mind you, but at the end of the day, it's crouching behind a corner. Can the guard see you? No. Okay, he can't see you. How do you represent that on the table without really getting like the big map out and representing everything? And how many steps can you move before you get spotted? And while that's really fun and exciting for some people to get the big map out, move around, as a GM, do you really want to bring out the big map every single time? No, you don't really want to write out the big map every single time, because it takes time, it takes effort. And so people end up usually resorting down to things like clocks or similar. Or you get things like Blades in the Dark, which I like Blades in the Dark. I like the ideas behind Blades in the Dark. I don't like Blades in the Dark style, though. And this is completely a stylistic thing. I don't like the, oh, well, I already happen to know what I need to do for this operation. Ha ha ha, I planned this ahead of time, when even though I didn't. My favorite thing in a lot of RPGs is the pre-planning phase, where, you know, everyone's together like, okay, what's the plan, actually? I always enjoy that, because it really gives people the opportunity to, A, roleplay, B, get them invested, because it's not just, oh, well, I already thought of this plan beforehand. Well, I rolled the dice and said my character already knows what's going on, Lamau. No, it's, all right, we have to plan for the fact that there is security drones. What do? Okay, we do this. We have to plan for the fact, where's the security room? It's here. And it's funny, even when I was asking around about stealth, a number of people were just like, what about Shadowrun? And even Shadowrun's, like, how much meat is behind it? Like, there's a lot of meat that goes into even something representing something as simple as stealth, which you don't think about in most games. It's a stealth check. You make a roll 1d20, Lamau, you got spotted. Okay, let's fight. And it's always, it's either completely a side mechanic or it's something like integral. So I understand why people don't do it, though. But I think we did. I think this worked. Caps was fun. I'll pretty things up later, but as of right now, oh god, yeah, something's in my nose. Nosy wozies. Let's see, 44 pages. That's pretty. We want to go to. You know what that means? We get to make this green. And what we do, we select this, Control X, and we get to put it down here. So, what's on the slate now? Well, the current schedule as of this second, actually, what I should do is caps here now. Ooh, pinged me. I keep getting pinged by random things. Our next project is going to be Project Goblin. Now, Goblin had a few ideas behind it so far, but I think I've narrowed it down to if Caps was a precursor to Ace, this Goblin is going to be a precursor to this other little project that I have. Yeah, this one. Welcome to Endless Adventures. So let me just get rid of all these real fast. Yeah. It'll be a kind of a preliminary to Endless Adventures, the Endless series RPG. Mostly dealing with this little section right here. So, actually, right here, the custom race. For a more accurate situation, it would be something more like this. So, one of the things I was thinking about for Endless Adventures in general would be the idea of building your own race. Because what I'm going to do, I have to account for a shit ton of races in the Endless series. So what I thought, because I'm big think man who does big think things, why not take endless space? Why not take the idea of point buy system and apply it to a fantasy game first and foremost, about building a specific kind of monster and having to deal with the problems of being a tribal culture. You are a shitty little culture and you aren't strong. You don't have the cool blessings to be a heroes. Magic doesn't flow naturally for your people. You are orcs, you are goblins, you are lizard men, you are monsters, and you have to deal with the fact that you are monsters and deal with the very alien culture before you. How do I want to do it? Don't quite know yet, but I want to explore it a little bit and see what I can do, see what I can explore, and poke and prod and see what I can do with it, because I think it'll be generally an interesting idea of what can you do with the idea of an incredibly foreign, brutal culture versus traditional PCs. Because what does a goblin do against a PC? They die because they're PCs. They're player characters. They're more important than you. So what do you do against that? Or what do you do against the oncoming crushing of civilization when you are a tribal culture? And it's just like, well, shit, we're getting pushed back because they just have more than us. Like, oh yeah, we're the proud orcs, but we have no industry. Like, we scavenge all our equipment. Just little things like that. I want to see what we can do and see what I can do with making that actually kind of interesting. And I just kind of want to explore the idea of monster races because I think that's interesting. So, I think I'll call it there. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all have a nice rest of your day. Godspeed, good luck, and I will catch you all on the flip side. We'll be streaming tomorrow, actually. I just want to give a little bit of a heads up there. We'll be streaming tomorrow, and we're doing another deep dive. And we're doing a deep dive into technically three games. One, we're doing A Quiet Life. A Quiet Life is a game about gay nuns doing gay nun things. It's a very simple game that I found on Eurojam, and the entire reason I signed up for Eurojam was to exclusively take a look at it. Because it fascinated me in more ways than one. And it's a thing that definitely exists. Nothing wrong with that. The second one is a game that's a little bit more infamous. It's got a little bit more character to it. Otherwise known as Sigmata, the Signal Kills Fascists. Now, early on in Soldat Identité, I actually went over a little bit of Sigmata, but I want to do kind of like a formal episode of going into Sigmata and really going piece by piece between it. And one of the main reasons why I said 2 to 3 is I also want to take a look at his other game, which his other games, I should say, because weirdly enough, the main guy, who's the guy? I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Sigmata. Yeah, Chad Walker here. One interesting little thing here that I thought was entirely fascinating and of no reason to be anything other than fascinating was updates. Yeah, okay, so we get some weird things like this. Oh, that's actually good. Repeat the signals out. So this is his second edition. Yeah, this is the second addition to this game, by the way. Repeat the Signal. That's why one of the reasons I want to kind of take a look at it, because it's a little bit of a fascinating adventure. Now, the thing that I am most fascinated about. Okay, so all the stretch goals. Let's see. This isn't a companion book, fun fact. Yeah, no, yeah, none of these. What the fuck? Yeah, none of these actually happened. None of them. And I thought that was very fascinating because there's some things I actually like about Sigmata. There's quite a few things I actually quite like about Sigmata. The problem is, it's a wasted concept. It's an idea that Mr. Walker here had a good ideas. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, no, none of these other games came out. None of them come out, and he's not going to because again, the second edition costs money. But Mr. Walker here, outside being an incredibly fascinating human being, because he's a yeah, he wrote Reclaimer. Okay, this is where things get a little bit. This is where things get a little bit odd. He wrote Reclaimer, which nothing happened with. It was gone. It was dead. Dead on arrival, kind of. Airlock was created using Sigmata funds. Bombs and Balaclavas is effectively Sigmata, except even less interesting. And Cryptomance I've never even heard of. But I'm going to take a look at Bombs and Balaclavas and Sigmata, and I see if I can't find Airlock anywhere. But, like, Reclaimer... Yeah, no, it's... Let's see what the FAQ is. Oh. Wait, what? 2020? This is a few months ago. What? What? Oh, interesting. I might go on a little bit of a deep dive. Because the thing is, he made his money on it, but then he canceled it. I gotta find out the reason he canceled everything. And that's why I don't want to go into this guy, because he's a fascinating human being. And by fascinating, I mean completely fucking insane. Like, holy shit. So, yeah, we're gonna look at Sigmata tomorrow, and I think that's gonna be interesting. Because it's a game that deserves to take a look at, because it's impossible to really get the idea behind this project, to actually even get the idea. I hate this game, by the way. I fucking despise. Actually. No. Can't. Oh, what's Cryptomancer? No. We're gonna do this tomorrow. We're gonna do this now. I'm getting too invested. All right, everyone. Thank you very much. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Godspeed. Good luck. I'll catch you on the flip.